สวัสดีครับอาจารย์ครับเอ่ออ๋อครับครับน่าจะเป็นที่มุมกล้องครับอาจารย์เพราะว่าเพราะว่าแสงเนี่ยน่าจะลงมาจากทางขวานะมันก็เลยทำให้มีเป็นสีลุ้งขึ้นมานะฮะแต่กล้องคิดว่าน่าจะเป็นแค่กล้องนะกล้องเดียวนะฮะครับครับครับมาเป็นจังหวะนั้นพอดีครับไม่มีไม่มีครับครับโอเคครับครับ
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another Dhamma meeting where we will discuss the Buddhist practices of charity, morality, and meditation. Everyone who is interested are welcome to join. We will start with our first participant, which is Felicia Chan. Felicia,
Good evening, Ajaan. Today I have a question. Ajaan, I enter into a very special situation when I meditate. My body is completely gone. I do not hear any sound from outside. No sense of time. I don't know whether it is day or night. I feel completely empty. Nothing inside. Only left with awareness, peace, and happiness. I think I stay inside quite a while, but I cannot tell how long. Because when I come out from meditation, I lost track of time. I do not know whether it is daytime or nighttime. It took me a while to know again the time difference. Ajaan, may I know why this happened?
well, it happens. There's no reason why. All you have to do is just to know it for what it is. And don't be disturbed by what you experience. Always maintain calm and always use wisdom to say that it is just another phenomena, natural phenomena, which is anicca, dukkha, anatta. If you want to do something with it. So just don't try to do anything. Even knowing what it is not important. Not knowing why is not important, but just know it for what it is. If it makes you feel good, that's all you need to know.
Okay, thank you. I will continue to practice in this body loose condition with mindfulness and peace.
It's the destination where you want to go to, right? When you feel happy, peaceful, and having nothing to disturb you,
Okay.
to bother you. So all you have to do is know how to get there and get there as much as possible. Because the world that we live with, the body, is a world of confusion, the world of trouble, never-ending confusion, never-ending trouble. But once we get into this world, we find peace and happiness. So that's all you need to know, is how to get there and how to stay there for as long as possible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, noted. Okay. Thank you, Ajaan.
It's all due to your mindfulness. If you have continuous mindfulness, strong mindfulness, you can get in there quickly and easily and can stay in there for a long time. But this is a temporary state, okay, Sanija. You want to move up the next level is to make this state more permanent by trying to maintain it once you come out of your practice, come out of your meditation, by stopping all types of cravings or desire when they come up.
Okay, thank you.
By seeing that everything that you crave for or desire for will bring you dukkha sooner or later.
Okay, thank you, Ajaan.
Then you can keep your mind to be calm without having to be in samadhi. You can be calm when you come outside of samadhi also, if you have wisdom to get rid of your defilement when they come up. Okay, good.
Okay, thank you. Sadhu, sadhu.
Next, Yok Bay from New York. How's the Big Apple? How's the Big Apple? Confusing, huh?
Yeah, still confusing because there's so many things that happen for it.
Yeah.
And today I have two questions before to my friend, right? One is the guy they have the good knowledge, smart people. One day they become a dimension. Why it's happened like that?
Well, because when you get older, I guess your mind becomes lazier and it stops to remember things.
No, always happen. Why the good knowledge people have this happen? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, because they don't try to maintain mindfulness. If you keep maintaining mindfulness, then you will not have dementia or Alzheimer.
Yes, yeah.
So mindfulness is very important in order to maintain your memory.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
So try to stay putto, 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 stay alert. But when you lose mindfulness, you become like somebody sleepy. And when you're sleepy, you don't want to think or remember anything.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you have to keep your mind constantly alert with mindfulness.
So that's why we are happy still and teaching our Buddhas. So, and also the next question, right? Also my friend too. And then when she a child, right? Her mind at least 24 hours not sleeping on her mind. The mind is very clearly, but she not feel tired. When she go to check a doctor, the doctor said that it's nothing happened. Why she have something like that?
There's no reason why. You don't need to know why. Just know how to deal with it. That's better. And the way to deal with it is to be happy with it.
Do you
Don't be
think I'm sorry.
dealing with the situation by staying happy, by accepting the situation. Okay, if you don't go to sleep, be happy with that. Don't have any desire to be different from what happened. So no need to know why. You should know how. You need to know how to deal with things when they happen. Don't need to
Okay.
know why. When they happen, the best way to deal with everything is equanimity.
Yes, it's true. Yeah.
Okay, then there is nothing you have to do once you have equanimity. Your mind can be happy regardless of whatever happens.
So that's why I'm so happy. So far, we are planned to on the November, in October. Is go with my friend Felicia Chen to Bangkok. I'm so happy that I could go with her.
Okay, just be happy all the time. Stay happy all the time. That's
I
the
will. Thank
goal
you.
of practice. So lots of time we don't need to know why, but just to know how to deal with the situation.
Yes.
Because if you want to know why, the answer is everything is anicca. Everything is impermanent. Everything is changing. So they keep changing. They
Yes,
don't
true.
remain
Yeah.
the same.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Next, Sajal Khan from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Thank you, Thanajan, for your teaching. I don't have any questions today now. Thank you.
Okay. Mashi Mamio from Thailand.
Good evening, Ajaan. I don't have any question tonight. Thank you.
Okay. Kok Seng from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. I have no questions at the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Nanapat from Thailand, Ubon Ratchathani.
Namaskar ค่ะ ท่านอาจารย์ I don't have any question. Thank you for your teaching ค่ะ
Johanna from Indonesia.
Good evening, Thanajan. I don't have any question. I just want to listen in.
Okay, Professor Kenneth from Switzerland.
Good evening, Thanajan.
Any input today?
I would like to ask your advice on one thing related to just observing the body as it's moving around. Like when I'm walking, for example, just observing the movement and also just visualizing the body walking as a kind of skeleton. That seems to be quite easy for me to do that. The thing where I have some problem still is the one who is observing. I still have the feeling like it's in this area, in the head, in the brain. So as if
that's normal, because all the central input gathers around the head. See? Your eyes, ears, nose, and tongue are in the nose. So it's to you feel like the one who knows in around the head. That's because the monitor of the central objects are located around the head. So it makes you feel that the one who knows is around the head also, in the brain, for instance. But it is not. It is entirely in a different dimension. So it's not important anyway where it is located. What's important is to maintain equanimity for the one who knows. That's all you want to do, because that's the safest place for the one who knows to be in. The happiest place, safest place, safe from all types of stress and anxiety and worries. So, and what can do this is the practice of mindfulness and wisdom. like you practicing when you walk and you maintain mindfulness. And visualizing the body as a skeleton, you're also developing wisdom at the same time. So the goal is to take control of your thoughts, because your thought is the one that is creating all types of stress for the one who knows. Because due to the lack of wisdom, the lack of mindfulness. So when there's no mindfulness, then the thinking has a free reign. It can do anything it wants to. And usually it's driven by delusion, the lack of wisdom to think. So it's causing a lot of stress and anxiety. So first thing you want to do is take control of this thinking by mindfulness, by stopping it from thinking. Once you can stop it, then you can then direct it to think with wisdom instead of with delusion. So these are two steps practice. First, stop your thoughts. Once you can stop it, that means you're in jhana, when you can completely stop your thought for a certain length of time, not just a few seconds, but for minutes or hours. Then once you can do that, then you can then direct your thought to think properly, to think truly of the true nature of things, as opposed to what it used to think. It used to think of things as people, as permanent, as controllable, manageable. But you want to think the other way. The other way, everything is changing, everything is not manageable or controllable all the time. And no such thing as a self or person. Everything is a natural phenomenon. So this is what we want to retrain the mind, to see things as they are, rather than what we think they are, what we've been programmed to think they are by our delusion. When you see a body, instead of thinking as a human, as a person, you should think as a combination of the four elements. Which is continually integrating and disintegrating at the same time. At the start of life, the process of integration is greater than the process of disintegration. Unless you advance in years, the process will start to reverse. The integration will be less, and the disintegration will be more. That's when you have aging, sickness, and eventually death. When you're born, the process of integration is greater than the disintegration. You have growth, you have strength, you have health, good health. But when you reach the halfway mark, the process starts to reverse. The process of disintegration becomes stronger than the process of integration of the four elements. I'm speaking of the four elements. So that's why we have aging, sickness, and death. And from the midpoint onward, from about 50, 40, 50, or 60, and the process of disintegration will start to be more than the process of integration. You'll find you eat less fruit, because if you eat more, you just get fat. But don't get any healthier by getting fat. So this is what we want to do. But first we We have to train with ourselves with mindfulness first to stop, to be able to control our thoughts, to stop it first. Once we can stop it, then it means we can control it. We can tell it to think in the direction we want it to think. Like anicca, anatta, dukkha. Then this will stop the delusion process of creating defilement, of cravings, of greed and hate. And eventually all the delusion will be eliminated. When delusion is eliminated, the followers of delusion, which is the greed and hatred, will then also disappear. Then the one who knows will then become free from the influence of the greed, hate, and delusion. It becomes in sync with the reality. Right now, the mind is not in sync with reality. It's opposing reality all the time. Reality is anicca, dukkha, anatta, but the delusion, the mind of the delusion mind is thinking in the opposite direction, thinking of permanent, thinking of self, thinking of happiness. See, we still look for happiness in this world, right? Everybody, from sensual objects. We still hope to find some happiness from things in this world. But if you look at them deeply, you will see that they are false happiness because they are temporarily and they are not under our control. When they start to change, when they start to disappear, that's when we see dukkha, we see unhappiness, we see stress happening. But if you don't study the teaching of the Buddha, you won't be able to analyze things like this. You keep thinking everything is good, everything will give you pleasure and happiness. But when it disappears, you went crazy, you go crazy, and try to regroup and find new things to replace the old thing that disappeared. No matter how much replacement you find, you will lose them sooner or later, again and again. So this is what we want to train the mind to see things in this world as being anicca, dukkha, anatta, not the opposite. Niccang, sukhang, atta. Okay, so right now try to stop thinking, take control of your thoughts, and go into jhana, go into a different world, a world where there is nothing, emptiness. And you'll be surprised that you can be happy with nothing, without anything. And once you have discovered this, then you say, oh, I can give up everything now. I can give up all my possession, my sensual pleasure and everything, because I find something better in my meditation. Okay. Anything else? Oh, you turn off your microphone. I see.
I turned off my microphone and I couldn't turn it back on. But thank you very much for that detailed answer. It's very clear.
Okay. Keep practicing mindfulness for now. This is the starting point for everybody, really. Okay. Next, Kafailin from Malaysia.
Good day to you, Ajaan. I have no question today.
Okay. Eugene from Taiwan.
Good evening, Pa Ajaan. I have 3 questions. The first one is when I beginning to practice Putto mantra and the mindfulness meditation, just 10 minutes, then family members, parents will come to ask me to do something. Actually, before I meditate, I request them to keep me 30 minutes free, but they always easy forget. But it's strange. If I watch video or search something on Facebook all afternoon, they will not come to ask me to do something. But when I want to practice mindfulness meditation, they will come in. So sometimes I will feel a little bit deep consciousness, have a little bit angry, but I know angry is not a good thing for meditators. So how could I do the correct practice, do the metta practice at that moment?
Well, you're angry because you could not get what you wanted. See? So you have to lower your expectation. Don't expect to get anything. If they let you sit for 5 minutes, okay. If they let you sit for 1 minute, okay. But you can always go back and do it again once you finish what they ask you to do. Or better, if you really want to meditate, then you go in the room and lock yourself in the room and put earplugs in your ear. If not, then you have to go somewhere where you will not be disturbed. Okay.
The second question is, when I help the stray dog, homeless dog, they have parasites, bugs, infection. Many bugs suck the blood of them. In that situation, what should I do? Should I send the dog to the animal hospital? If I send, the dog will more comfortable, will run away from the suffering. But doctor will use medicine to kill the parasite bugs. So if I'm in your teachings, we have 5 precepts to follow. So in that situation, what should I do?
Well, it's just a choice between the dog and the parasite. Which one you want to help? You want to help the dog or you want to help the parasite?
Oh, I think maybe the dog will more suffering, but the numbers, the birth is more.
What about the parasite? The parasite will also suffer. So which one you want to suffer?
So I don't know how to choose.
Just leave them alone then. Just leave them alone.
Oh, do the ubeka.
Yeah, ubeka.
Oh.
If you didn't see them, if you don't see the dog, then you have no problem. Right?
Yes.
There are many other dogs in the same situation that you didn't see, and you didn't feel have to do anything about that, did you? But when you see this dog, somehow you become so involved.
So if I take the dog to the animal hospital, I should confess to Buddha, right?
No, you're not the one who killed. It's the vet who killed. You just take it to the vet, but don't tell the vet to do anything. If you don't order the vet, then you're not committing any bad karma yet. You did good karma. You bring the dog to a place where it can be helped. But how to be helped, this is not your problem. It's the vet's problem.
See, the stray dogs have parasite birds is the real experience. But I have another question. How about see the cobra in kindergarten? Should I call the 911 firefighter to catch the snake, protect the kids?
Well, maybe you can ask them to catch and then put in the zoo or put them in the wild forest somewhere.
No, they catch then will destroy or kill the gabber, because if put the forest or some park, then they will hurt other people.
So what who do you want to be hurt, the snake or the people?
I always confused because
there's a choice there. There's no confusion. You just didn't want to make the choice. That's all. You want to have your cake and eat it too, but you cannot have the cake and eat it too. You either have the cake and you don't eat, or you eat and you don't have the cake anymore.
The practice Ubeka is the best way.
That's right. The thing is the karma. Everybody who are born in this world have karma to pay. Sooner or later they will be dead. You, me, and everybody will have to pay our karma one day. But we don't have to do it. Let karma do it for us.
When we practice charity or metta, this question will appear or become a problem for me. For example, I do them in a groups, many people's different personality. If I benefit one, benefit Mr. A, then B or C will angry because they didn't get the benefication.
Then do ubeka. If you think you do something and you hurt somebody else and you don't do it,
yes,
or try to do someplace else, go someplace else, do with somebody else. That will not hurt anybody.
Then finally, I do nothing, right?
No, not necessarily. You can help people and doesn't make any other people unhappy. Like I'm helping you now, I'm not making anybody unhappy. Right?
Yes.
Or maybe I'm making your parents unhappy because you're spending time talking to me now. But that's the business, right? You didn't do I didn't do anything directly to hurt them. It's them who doesn't like what you're doing, and that makes them angry.
I don't want to make anybody angry or get hurt. So finally, I always do nothing.
Not necessarily. If you have to eat, and when you eat and somebody get angry, what you gonna do? You just have to say ubeka, right? What can I do? I have to eat. And my eating doesn't hurt anybody, but if you feel bad about me eating, then that's your business, right?
Yes, I understand. Thank you, Ajaan. You for wisdom. I have no wisdom about the situation. Thank you.
Okay.
So final, the third question. In Taiwan, some temples have rules, principles. For example, you only can follow one Dharma teachers, one Dhammatalk, one meditation way or meditation skill, or you only can read one sutra, because you must pay 100% attention to learn Dharma or the practice skill. So if you follow many teachers, you will get confused. So in Taiwan, some temples have rules. If you join the meditation groups or this temple, you must follow only one teacher, one Dhammatalk, and only read one sutra. But is it a correct way in original Buddha teaching?
Well, it depends on the teacher. If there's a rule, then you have to. If you want to study with that teacher, then you have to accept that rule. But if you don't want to accept that rule, then you go look for a new teacher. So, there are teachers who doesn't set any rules. Just let it be. Then for you to decide.
Mhm. So in Thailand also have some Dharma teachers have this kind of rules.
I haven't heard anything like this, but there are rules in the monastery you have to follow, like eating once a day, and keeping the 8 precepts. And these are the rules that you have to follow. But as far as you're having one teacher, you can have as many teachers as you want.
For laymen can have many teachers, but for
monks
monks,
also,
in 5 years.
If monk wants to find another teacher, then he can leave and go look for a new teacher.
Oh, so a little bit difference.
So it depends on each individual monastery. If you join an organization, then you have to follow the rules of the organization.
Because I think sometimes this way is have reasons for modern society people, because we have too many informations. For me, sometimes do puto, sometimes want to do asupa, sometimes want to do the anapana. So it will not pay attention 100% energy to achieve it, right?
You have to try it out for yourself and prove it for yourself.
Okay, I will continue try to understand which way is best for me.
That's right. Okay.
Thank you very much, Pa Ajaan.
Okay, you're welcome. Belinda from Singapore.
Hello, Ajaan. No questions for now.
Okay. Anand, Garika, Michelle, Adelaide from Udon Thani, Thailand.
Good evening, Ajaan. I have no special question.
No question, just listening.
I was just when you say that you have to be mindful and you don't get Alzheimer. And I was thinking about those Arat who has Alzheimer or who has completely lost memory. And I know some of them.
Yeah, because you're lazy. When you get older, you tend to be lazy to be more mindful.
The Arat? I'm speaking about Arat.
Arat.
Yeah. Completely awakened. Kuba Ajaan.
Kuba Ajaan.
Yeah.
They have full mindfulness all the time. So they don't have dementia or Alzheimer.
I know some who have.
If they have, that means they're not enlightened. You can have people, you can be ordained for many years, but if you don't practice hard enough, you can still have dementia. So it depends. You cannot just judge by their age, how long they've been ordained.
They are recognized as Arat. For that, I'm a little bit, I don't understand because they are recognized as a Harat.
What do you mean the Harat?
Totally awakened.
Totally awakened.
Finish Dhammatalk. No more life. Finish.
Okay, Arahant.
Yeah.
Okay, then what? They get dementia?
Yeah, dementia, or but for example, Lompo Song, and there were a big scandal in Thailand because people were accusing him things which are not true, and now they try to protect him and saying that it's not true, but he has an Alzheimer, and they try to protect him as much as they can, and And other I know personally, another one, Lompo Sri Siritaro. He cannot even recognize people, and since 2 years, his state as
Well, this is not dementia. You can lose some memory, but you still maintain your ability to know what's going on. You can forget names or dates and things like that.
Even people.
But you don't forget what you're doing in the moment. You know exactly what you are doing.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was very impressed by. It was very interesting for me. I was very impressed to see people like that who have completely lost memory at the point not recognizing people, but which are still so alert. It's incredible, so alert. And I was really amazed, by that. It was really something very inspiring and very beautiful.
Well, see, Ajahn Mahabua used to say, someone asked about Arahant, whether they can lose some memory, and say yes. He said Arahant can forget names and dates and places, But are there anything that Arahant don't forget? And he said yes. Arahant don't forget the Four Noble Truths or the 3 characteristics of existence. Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. Okay. Next, Ubeka from Brazil, Sao Paulo. You forget? Do you forget?
Not Bante.
Not forget yet, huh? Okay.
I remember a lot, but
you remember your name? Your name is Alfredo,
my
right?
My Buddhist name was Ananda. Now
Ananda.
is Ubeka.
I see.
Bante, talking about your explanation for peoples here, Sariputta has enlightenment with Vedana, né? Moggallana had enlightenment with Samadhi. I know that two persons is very professional practitioners, is very high level, near of Buddha too, né? But the balance and Vedana and Samadhi is a balance, or if a person have work, his Vedana is more important to theirs, né, Bante? Now the peoples have occupations. Vedana is more important to understand things, né? For not have desire a lot. And agora, a person that not work, a person that practice more, Samadhi is more happiness, né? Samadhi is more simple to practice, né, Bante? With the balance, and it is important to reach Vedana and after Samadhi, with balance and Vedana and Samadhi is important.
Which balance in Madana? What is Madana?
Vedana, sensations.
Vedana. Okay.
Vedana, and my talk is about Vedana and Chitta and Samadhi. Vedana and Chitta. Which balance is important at Vedana and Chitta?
These are not balanced. These are problem you have to deal with. The body, you have to deal with the body. You have to deal with the Vedana, and you have to deal with the Chitta by understanding their nature. They are all anicca, dukkha, anatta. So you have to leave them alone. Leave the body alone, leave Vedana alone, leave the Chitta alone. Because you cannot control them. You cannot control the body. You cannot control Vedana. and you cannot control the chitta. So once you let go of your desire to control them, then you have peace, you have nibbana. Understand? Our problem is we want to control our vedana, we want to control our body, we want to control our mind.
Yes. But the peoples are different, né, Bante? Moggallana prefers samadhi, Sariputta prefer Vedana.
No, it doesn't mean they prefer. They are more experienced or more expert in different. Sariputta is more expert in wisdom, and Moggallana is more an expert on samadhi, meaning he has special psychic powers, like recollecting lives, reading the mind of other people, contacting spiritual beings. These are special psychic power that you can achieve from samadhi. But for the practice of enlightenment, you don't need this special psychic power. All you need is just the fourth jhana. So Sariputta only go to the fourth jhana, and he didn't want to spend more time with samadhi practice. So he goes into the investigation mode and analytical mode of the mind. So he's very, very clever in explaining things or understanding things than Moggallana.
Yes.
But they have enough, Moggallana have enough wisdom to get rid of the defilement and become enlightened. And Sariputta had enough samadhi to support his practice of wisdom to become enlightened. But each one is more better in samadhi or in wisdom. Sariputta is more smarter in wisdom than Moggallana. But Moggallana is smarter than Sariputta on samadhi. That's what it means.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But they have enough samadhi and wisdom to become enlightened.
Yes. Both are important.
Yes, it's like when you study in the university, you have different subjects, right? You might do better in physics than in mathematics or in history, but you pass all this subject, but with different level of score.
Yes.
You might have 100% mathematics, and you have 90% physics, and you have 50% history or so for instance. But they're enough to keep you to pass the subject.
Yes.
Understand the difference between samadhi and wisdom. You only need 50% samadhi, 50% wisdom to become enlightened. But sometimes you can achieve 100% wisdom or 100% samadhi, which you don't really need to in order to pass to become enlightened.
Yes.
But the Buddha, he achieved everything 100%. He have 100% samadhi and he have 100% wisdom.
Buddha had a forjana all time, Bante.
He have psychic power.
He get off and enter when he win, when he wants.
Okay.
Forjana is special. All right. Thanks, Bante.
Okay. Next, Claudia from Germany, from Nuremberg. This is your last meeting here with us, maybe for the time being.
Good afternoon from Germany. Please excuse me for 1 second because my telephone is ringing, but I don't want to answer it. I just make it silent.
I
just
can come
one
back
moment,
to you.
please.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Good afternoon from Germany. Yeah, so probably my last participation on Zoom until November or December.
Okay. When you have your vacation.
Yes, I had my vacation and I have it 1 week longer because last week I fell sick with COVID. So actually I should started going back to work today, but my doctor ordered me still to remain at home and to recover from COVID.
Okay, how's the symptom? Bad or not?
Bad. I had it really bad. Yeah. Yeah. I took it as a Dhamma practice in patience, but it was a tough practice.
Yeah, it's like an examination you have to go through.
Yeah. Yeah, it was.
Which is good. At least you know what to do with the situation. Maintain mindfulness and equanimity.
Yeah. I did my best, but of course, I wasn't always patient. So the first day, I was patient. Then I wanted that the symptoms disappear, but I always kept reminding myself, anatta, anicca, and dukkha.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it helps you to make you calmer.
Yeah. To
not
accept
restless,
it.
Not restless or agitated.
Well, of course, sometimes I was restless. But whenever I realized it, I really tried to get in contact with the Dhamma and to practice more patience. And I started with your book, Beyond Birth.
Yes.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
You want to translate this book also into German?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Not at the moment. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for asking and teaching. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Gary from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajaan. No questions from me right now. Thank you.
Okay, Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Thank you for your teaching. I don't have any questions at the moment. Thanks.
Okay, Meshi Billy from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajaan. I don't have any questions today. Thank you.
Okay, Lillian from Bangkok.
Good evening, Ajaan. No questions. Just trying to get more positive energy from this group today.
Okay. It's like going to a gas station when you run out of gas. You have to have refuel from time to time. Listening to Dhammatalk or engaging in Dhamma conversation can be energizing for your mind.
Yes, very, very energizing.
Okay, good. Next, Awili from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajaan. Thanks for teaching. I've got no question as well. Thanks.
Sarah M. from Singapore or Malaysia.
From Singapore, Namaste, Ajaan. I have a few questions. There is this, I have questions whenever my mindfulness drops. Anyway, this thing comes from, we're having a discussion, and one monk actually mentions that some people will actually make bad karma when they have the opportunity to meet with very good married field. So it actually is bad for this person to meet. For example, maybe the person will actually commit fraud when within a sangha because this monk is famous. So there's an opportunity to commit fraud, stuff like that. So there was a kind of like a conclusion that it is actually bad for some people to actually have the opportunity to meet with Dhamma or to meet with goodness. I don't know whether this is actually true, because I would think that at least they have an opportunity to form some kind of affinity to Buddhism. So I don't know, Is that the right thinking, Ajahn?
Well, see, some people are prone to do bad karma, regardless of the opportunity or not. So it's not so much the opportunity that's the problem. The problem is your tendency that you have developed in your past life. If you have the tendency to do bad karma, then you find it very difficult to resist it when the opportunity arrives for you to do bad karma. So what you need to do is just to try to resist the bad karma and try to push yourself to do good karma by the practice of mindfulness. The more mindfulness that you have, the stronger will you be able to control your karma.
Thank you, Prajan. One more question is, I understand that the karma of physical karma seems to be stronger, but in the instance of what happened was like somebody actually kind of persuaded or told me that you can do this thing, there's no harm, it's not breaking the precepts. And at that time my mindfulness was not strong, my mindfulness was not strong, my wisdom was not strong, and I commit the act thinking that, oh, okay, so this might be okay. But later on, definitely it has led me to break the precepts, even though I knew that it was, because it was already like carry on already. So my question is, that person just say he doesn't do anything, but the person who acts on that action without thinking, because like no mindfulness or no knowledge, no wisdom, actually I commit more karma in that case, right?
I don't think that's a case of more. It's a matter of whether you do it or not. If you do it, then it's karma. Try to study the precept if you're not sure what is good or bad action or karma. It's a lack of education that might cause you to do bad karma by thinking it's not bad karma. So if you normally the rule is, if you're not sure whether it's good or bad karma, then don't do it. Okay, and check out first whether it's good or bad karma from a reliable source, like a good teacher or the scripture. If you can find something to refer to, if you're not sure yet whether this is good or bad karma, then don't do it yet. Wait until you find exactly whether it's good or bad before you decide before you do. So it's a matter of lack of education, I think. Lack of study. You might have to study more about the precepts.
Yes, Rajan, thank you so much. Then this Hiri Otapa actually caused me to, I dare not do anything, like a lot of times, like, because I knew that I made a mistake. Eventually, I knew there was a mistake that I did.
Yeah,
and,
it's better not to do it and be sorry later when you do it.
Yeah. Then, but this seems to like, it's also, it doesn't help me to think that I can be better. It actually makes me think that, oh yeah, I'm going to always make mistake, and then I dare not move forward. Yeah.
Well, you have to use judgment, good judgment. You have to decide, I mean, before you do anything, whether this action is good or bad. And the common rule is that if whatever you do hurt yourself or hurt other people, then this is bad. Okay, that's all. If what you do doesn't hurt yourself or hurt other people, then it's okay. look at the consequence of your action.
And
If what you're gonna do benefit yourself or benefit other people, then go ahead, do it. It's a rule of thumb about karma, good and bad karma. Look at the consequence of your action, whether it's beneficial or harmful to yourself or to other people, or both.
so it doesn't matter who is the one who suggests it. It matters is whether you do it or not.
That's right. You have to look at the fact and not from the people. The Buddha said, don't listen to people. Don't believe in them because they say, because everybody thinks this is right. Maybe everybody could be wrong. Listen because he's a monk or he's a teacher. Maybe he's a bad monk, who knows, a bad teacher. So you have some rule of thumb to judge people's advice, whether it is according to the law of karma or not. So the law of karma states generally that your action is good when you benefit and not hurt other people or yourself.
Yes. Thank you, Ajaan.
Okay. Next, Sri and Czech from Canada, from Toronto, not Toronto, Vancouver. I have lost memory now.
I don't believe you. You're like the smartest person I know.
Yeah, but can be forgetful also. Smart people can be forgetful.
Ajahn, you said that we do the karma like as long as we don't hurt ourselves and other people. Just now you say it's very funny, but it makes a lot of sense. Like if you eating, but the people get angry, you still eat. But like when you're eating, you're not hurting yourself. But that person get angry when you're eating. Like is like the person hurt themselves. Like you're not.
We're talking about action directing at that particular person.
Directly at
like if I say something to you and make you cry, maybe this is bad. But if I say something and you don't like what I say, I'm not talking to you, but you just don't like what I say, then that's your business, not mine. Because I didn't direct my action toward you. See, like when I'm eating, I'm not directing my action toward you. But you get angry at me for eating, or like the Buddha when he left the palace to become a monk. His parents was not happy. This is not the action that directed at his parents. See? So you have to understand when I say action, karma, I mean action that direct at people who will have to bear the brunt of the action, for instance. But if I do something, if I cut a tree and makes you unhappy, that's your business. I have to cut a tree. If the tree doesn't belong to you, it belongs to me, and I just don't want to have this tree in my house. I cut it, and you somehow want to be environmentalist who wants to protect all trees. You get angry at me for cutting my own tree. That's your business. I'm not doing it to hurt you. So you have to understand when we talk about action directing at that person, then you want to make sure that you don't want to hurt that person, whether you say or do things toward that person. But if you do things on your own and that person is not happy with what you do, that's nothing has. That's the problem. That's the karma for not being happy.
But I still don't understand the one that you say like talking to other, like when I say something to you, you still angry. Meaning like if I say something that's good intention, but you still get angry, I don't have, like, it's okay for my
I didn't mean that. I mean,
No?
I
Oh,
mean, if I'm talking to you
yeah.
and intentionally want to hurt you, then this is bad karma.
Okay.
But if I'm talking to your husband and you happen to be listening, and I'm not talking about you, but I'm just maybe advising your husband to leave you, for instance, then you get angry at me. That's your business. See?
Oh, oh.
Okay.
Okay. I tried to, like, still have some.
Like I advise your husband to become a monk, and you're gonna get mad at me for doing that. This is not bad karma. I'm giving good advice. Time to ordain is a good advice, and it's beneficial for him. But I don't know about other people.
But the one about the Buddha is a good example. I think, like, the Buddha, when he leaves, his family probably get angry, but it's not his bad karma because it's not directed towards them.
Or like when you die, you make people unhappy. Is that your fault? It's not your fault. It's not your action to cause them to be unhappy. They just want to be unhappy because they don't want to lose you. That's all.
Oh.
So this is different. I don't mean this.
Okay.
I mean doing something directly to someone and then hurt that someone, then this is bad karma.
Oh.
But doing something else and that person doesn't like and become unhappy with your action, that's not karma directing at them.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes I'm confused, Ajahn, because what you said just now actually really happened to us. We didn't cut the tree, but it was our tree, and we just had to make it smaller, make the branch smaller. And our neighbor happens to be an environmentalist, and he was so mad. And I'm confused, like, oh, they do something wrong. Sometimes I'm confused that because people get angry sometimes, like, but you didn't do anything, but I get confused that commit something.
There's a saying that goes, you can please somebody some of the time, but you cannot please everybody all of the time. Okay. So this is not your problem, it's their problem.
Right. Yeah, you taught me a lot, because before meeting you, I'm so confused about, like, how to be a good person. And sometimes I think I overdo it, but after learning from you, I learn a lot about I think acting rationally and not to be a people pleaser. Like I see from Ajahn example from you.
Well, if you can please them, do it. But if you cannot, then you don't have to do it. Right?
Yeah. Okay. And that helps a lot. Like make me a lot happier and less burden. Like not burdensome.
Yeah, we tend to go on the extreme. We don't know the middle way.
Yeah. I don't know the middle way, but I learned from your example a lot, Ajahn. Like, I see how you act and how you
you have to use logic, think logically, rationally, rather than emotionally.
Oh.
When you become emotionally, you tend to be extreme.
Oh.
But when you are rational, you tend to be moderate.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay. Any question from you?
Yeah, just one question, Tan Ajahn. Like, when someone who make or suggest an ideas which is wrong, and someone go and react on it and go and act on it, so is there a karma for the one who suggests it?
Well, if you suggest directly to that person, and you know it's bad karma, then you suggest he go kill somebody, and if he does that, then you are actually committing the karma with. You're also committing the bad karma yourself. Do it yourself or tell somebody else to do it. It's the same.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That's only my question. Thank you, Ajahn.
Like when you in Thailand, we have a seafood restaurant where they have live fish in the tank, and you go and tell the waiter, "I want this fish fried for me." And even though you didn't kill the fish yourself, you already committed the bad karma of killing, equally with the one who killed the fish for you. Do it yourself or tell somebody else to do it for you. You are equally.
Equal.
Yeah.
So same like same bad karma, same. Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Another thing is if you like talk directly to us, like Dharma, but if we get angry, so that is
That's your problem because
that's my
maybe because why I say you don't like. Sometimes I talk about death and people are not happy with listening to that.
Yeah.
I know people who stop coming to see me after they talk to me, and I told them the truth and they're not happy with the truth because the truth hurt them. So they don't want to listen to me anymore.
Ajahn, do they have bad karma? Like if I don't want to listen to you?
Yeah, that's the illusion. That means they don't want to accept the reality. They don't want to accept truth.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't want to accept anicca, dukkha, anatta. They still want everything to be rosy, beautiful, and happy forever. Which is not the truth, right?
Yeah.
Some people like to hear monk give them blessing. Oh, may you have a long life, healthy life, and live forever happily after. This is sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. But that's like lying to them, right? But it's not considered lying. We consider it to be well wishes, of good intention.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do it to make people feel happy, right? Like the lay people.
Well, that's the normal thing for monks to say when people come. They want to get blessing.
Yeah.
But you say, "Oh, be rich, be beautiful forever," and they say, "Thank you, thank you."
You tell them the truth.
If you tell the truth, you're gonna get old, get sick, and die.
They won't
come to you for any blessing. Except you are the somebody who look for the truth, and you keep coming back because you like it.
Yeah.
Because it reminds you of the truth and then tells you to get ready, prepared for the truth. When you're prepared, then you will not be affected when the truth happens to you.
Well, I appreciate it very much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
I'll go to the next participant. Who else? Now I see Sulan, you're next. Tonight you're a bit earlier than normal.
Yeah, Ajahn, today I end work earlier, then I'm back home earlier also. Yeah. Happy to see you again, Ajahn.
Okay. You have any question tonight?
Oh, I having gastric. Then like today the whole day I feeling stomach very pain. Like now also I feel stomach pain.
It's anicca. aging sickness.
Oh.
These are things we cannot avoid. The Buddha said we're supposed to contemplate every day that having been born, we are subjected to aging, sickness, and death. So when things happen, then you will not feel bad. You say, oh, this is normal.
Oh, but still feeling painful.
Yeah, this is part of life. You just have to learn to live with the pain.
Okay.
That's what we are trained to do, trained to live with the unpleasant things that we don't like to live with. But we are forced to live with. We cannot run away from it. So it's better to learn how to live with it happily. You can be happy with all this unpleasant thing happening to you. If you can maintain calm and equanimity.
Actually, I realized that when I'm feeling upset or angry, then after I sleep, then the next day, then I'll feel better. So does it mean that I should sleep more?
No, you just run away from the problem temporarily.
Oh, okay.
You should not sleep, but you should meet it head on. Say, okay, bring it to me. Bring all this unpleasant thing. I'm not going to run away by going to sleep. I'm going to meditate instead. I'm going to use mindfulness instead. Bhutto, bhutto, bhutto. To calm my mind. Because sometimes you cannot even sleep. When the pain becomes so strong, you won't be able to sleep. And what would you do?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So you have to practice mindfulness, practice ubeka, equanimity. Once you have mindfulness and equanimity, then you can remain undisturbed by painful feelings or unpleasant things around you.
Okay. Yeah. Because the past few days I kind of stopped meditating. Then because I give in to the unpleasant feelings. Yeah. So thank you for reminding me, Ajahn.
Yeah, you have to keep practicing, because if you don't, then when things happen, you will not be able to do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Is that all for tonight so far?
One last question.
Go ahead.
Today one of my manager was speaking to me, like then because he suddenly approached me to ask a question. Then I was still sitting in my chair, so I wasn't sure if I should stand up to answer or sit down to answer. So like I don't know, like there are moments where I don't know how should I have better reacted. Yeah, then it makes me feel disturbed, like my mind will get disturbed, or thinking whether did I responded in a skillful way, should I have done this better, or should I have done that better. So these are small things, but I don't know why the mind still get disturbed by this. Yeah, and it just like make a big thing out of it, and I will actually think of it. Yeah, like the whole day. Yeah.
That's because you don't have mindfulness to stop this silly thinking. But you're thinking silly, then you should stop by using mindfulness. Bhutto, bhutto, bhutto.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Bhutto
is a very good tool to calm your mind, to tame your mind.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Next is Rusli, I think. Rusli from Indonesia.
Evening, Ajahn. I don't have any question tonight. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Evie, also from Indonesia.
Namo Buddhaya Ajahn. Can Ajahn hear me?
Yes, perfectly tonight.
Ajahn, I want to ask about food. May I know what is Ajahn think if when Ajahn are eating and this food is delicious, do Ajahn still label this food as delicious or this just natural? Nothing.
No, you just look whether you are attached to it or not, whether you want more the next time or not. That's all.
So when Ajahn eat the good food, Ajahn just feel natural.
If you just don't have any reaction, then there's no need to worry about it. Just eat and fill up your stomach. Once it's gone, it's gone. You forget about it. And once you finish eating, you don't dream about the next meal.
Delicious or not delicious, just the same.
Anicca, everything comes and goes.
Okay. So if oh, this is delicious. Oh, that is not delicious. Is that the sound of the defilement? Who say?
No, it depends on whether if you like them or not like them. Then you have this is defilement. But if you know that it's delicious or not, this is considered wisdom. Can still be wisdom.
Just labeling delicious or not delicious is not the part of defilement.
No, it's liking them or not liking them. This is the path of defilement.
Like or dislike is the part of defilement.
Yes.
If we
but knowing good or bad, right or wrong, this is not defilement. This is wisdom.
And if we have the attachment to wanting again, this is the part of defilement.
Yes, this is craving already, wanting.
Okay, Ajahn, I have one question, and I don't like someone, Ajahn.
This is defilement. If you don't like someone, this is defilement already.
Yeah, this is the defilement, but it's very hard to remove this no like the person, Ajahn. How to do?
You have no equanimity. You have to keep practicing mindfulness and meditation.
I do it every day, but still have this dislike the person.
Yeah, because you don't have equanimity. You have to practice more mindfulness, meditate more, stay in jhana more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I must see this person every day. This person is the boyfriend of my sister-in-law. He sleep here. Actually, he has a family. Why should he sleep here?
That is his business. You should not pay attention to what he does. It's not your business.
So
your business is to watch how you react to him. That's all.
I know talking. I just walk away. Don't want to see. Walk away.
You don't have to walk away. You just have to stop your dislike and just tell yourself that this is not your business to judge him.
Yeah. So
your business is to judge. Your business is to judge yourself, not to judge other people.
So if I judge like this, just this people, I don't like these people. Is that can make me got a bad karma?
Yes, because then you might say something bad to the person you don't like, or do something to that person if you don't like that person.
No, I guarantee I will not speak any not good speech. So I just quiet. I don't do anything. It's just the heart no like this person. So I just walk away. Don't want to see.
Walk away is not solving the problem. Walk away just temporarily avoid the problem.
Yeah, that is maybe for me that is the very good thing I can do.
The best thing is to stay non-reactive when you meet anything or anybody. You don't have to walk away. But if you cannot remain non-reactive, then you might have to walk away, remove yourself from the situation first. But this doesn't solve the problem.
there is no solve the problem. Yes, it's true. So if I walk away, can I do bad karma for myself?
No, you're not doing any bad karma when you walk away.
I just don't want to see this person, don't want to watch anything about him. I don't want to get involved or talking or anything. I don't want to get involved. I just walk away. No bad karma, all right, Ajahn. So that this is the very good thing I can do now. Because I still cannot erase this dislike behavior.
Okay. Do it your way. My way is to meditate.
Yeah.
Mindfulness and meditation.
And so the best advice from Ajahn is, please teach me how to erase this dislike behavior, Ajahn.
Mindfulness, meditation, I keep saying this, and you just don't seem to hear what I say. You just want to hear what you want to hear. So every time I say something like this, you don't hear.
Mindfulness for what, Ajahn? For my body moving?
Mindfulness for your meditation, so you can have equanimity.
So see, the person is just natural.
Yes, when you have equanimity, then you don't have like or dislike.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Ajahn, thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Kegen So from Penang.
Good evening. Ajahn, I tried to save life for one small bird few days ago.
Can you speak louder? Can you quiet?
I tried to save one small bird few days ago. She was actually injured by the cats at my brother's house, so I bring the birds back to my apartment. Then her size is so small and hide inside my, apartment. I cannot find her. One day, unfortunately, I found that she passed away this morning. Maybe that because she did not have any food and she passed away. I think in this case, I will have bad karma, right?
No, you have metta, you have loving kindness. You did this action out of loving kindness. This is not bad karma.
Yeah, because she passed away unintentionally because I cannot find her. Then,
that's right. You did not have any intention to stop her or to kill her. It's just that it's her nature to be scared of you. So she killed herself, actually, starving herself. Or maybe not by starving, maybe by her injury or whatever. Just think of it as her karma. It's the time for her to pass away.
Okay, so I just transfer merit to her. Yeah, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next, Prammalai Joy Wong from Thailand.
No question,ค่ะ.
No question. Christine Koe from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Ajahn, these few weeks I keep on listening your previous talk. Then I feel very good and keep on increase a lot of knowledge and remind myself about previous teaching. Thank you so much, and I very happy every Tuesday Ajahn can give us teaching through Zoom.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn. I don't have question.
Okay, happy to hear that. Happy that I'm useful to you.
Yeah, very, very useful. And I keep on listening, repeat again and again, weekdays or weekend, whenever I have time. So it will, make my mind purify my mind. Yeah.
Good.
Thank you, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Will, can you hear me? Will, you want to speak? Okay, here. Will, where are you from? Will, maybe you haven't heard, you cannot hear me. So I'll go to Somchai first. I'll come back to you later. Somchai
Okay.
from Pennsylvania.
Good evening, ครับ ท่านอาจารย์ Yeah, as long I can listen, far as I listen so far right now, a lot of people know pretty much. And also good evening, Dr. Nook and Ajahn Boy, that's right, to recommend me that too. So far, I try to send you a homework here. It's when I meditate and look like sometimes have a light and come in dark or light or something. But sometimes I forgot what I put to or not. But I see come kind of look like a bright lights coming.
Yeah, you are distracted. So you should come back to Putto, and ignore the light that appears.
Yeah, look like I have when I close my eye, it's kind of it's something like that. So, but
just stick to your Putto and ignore everything.
Okay. And so far, then I try to have comment about, because you are, it's many speaking of the language is Lala accent, but you still understand. It just make me amazing about this one, because when I go to school, if I didn't speak well and strong accents, it's most teachers said, I don't understand you or something, but you are accept every one of them. So that's make me amazing, and for that too. And end of that, it's not too much right now.
Okay.
So thank you so much.
All right. I'll go to B. Ravin now from Bangkok.
Hi, good evening,ท่านอาจารย์. Just from what you just said previously regarding it's possible to please someone sometime, but not everyone every time. Just to clarify, does that mean as long as I live a lay life, I will always have to run into conflict with people from time to time, because sometimes it's not possible to just agree with everything that they do?
Well, you don't have to run into conflict. You just don't have to please them. That's all. You don't have to engage. You just say politely, sorry, you cannot do it. But you don't have to get into any confrontation with anybody.
Yeah, because I was just thinking about some situations where, I was saying certain things that is not even involved with other people, but sometimes they overhear it and they like to make comments and stuff. Is this something that we just have to accept that, okay, they might not like what we say, but you cannot control them. Let's just.
That's right. That's the way the world is. You fool people with different opinions, and what you say might not be something that they like to hear or think the same way that you do. But we don't have to attack that person when he or she says something opposite from what you believe, for instance. You just have to accept that this is people's right. Everybody have their own opinion. We can coexist peacefully with each other by respecting our different opinions, and don't try to impose our will on other people. That's all. If you like Chinese food, okay, I like hamburgers, okay, fine, we can live together, right? It doesn't mean that if you like Chinese food, everybody else would have to like Chinese food also.
Yeah.
As long as your action doesn't hurt anybody, then I don't think that will be any problem.
So would the key takeaway be just to rely less on others and focus more on ourselves? Would that be a good way forward?
Well, a good way forward is to have as little confrontation as possible. Do not confront. By subdue your ego. It's your ego that wants to confront. So think of yourself as a servant, then you won't confront with anybody if you think everybody else is your boss. And you say, yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, master. That thing is okay, fine, fine.
Wow, I never thought of it that way until Ajaan mentioned, be a servant to everyone.
Yeah. The Buddha said, treat yourself like dirt, like the earth. And people step on, people step on the earth, and the earth doesn't feel anything. So you just feel yourself like somebody very low, like a slave or a servant or something like that.
Yeah, because that would mean we have less expectation, so we won't get upset easily.
Yeah.
Because we know they're going to tell us to do this and that anyways.
Yeah. And we have to accept what they say. No argument whatsoever from your boss. Right?
No.
Okay.
That's a good analogy, Ajaan. Treat myself like dirt. Normally that's what people tell us. Don't treat other people like dirt, respect them. But if it's for ourselves, it's okay, right?
Yeah. So you don't expect any respect from anybody.
Wow. Well, that is profound, Ajaan. I have to try that out now because I never thought of it that way. But stay grounded, basically.
Yeah, stay on the ground.
Ajaan, just one more question. When I do body contemplation, does this include seeing the 5 khandhas as impermanent as well?
Well, but the body is part of the 5 khandhas. It's one of the 5 khandhas, which is the body. The other 4 are the mental khandhas, the Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana. But they are interacted, they are related. So you contemplate on the body, like the body will get old, get sick. Sick is Vedana, and sickness, painful feeling. So you are more or less contemplating on the 5 khandhas. Depends on which aspect of the contemplation you do. If you just contemplate on the body parts, this is entirely the body. But when you contemplate on feelings of the body, like painful feeling when you get sick, then you are dealing with the other 4 khandhas. So what you want to do is to let go of the body and the feelings that arise from the body. Physical feeling, painful feeling, especially painful feelings. The other feeling are no problem, you can live with it. But with the painful feeling, you tend to have aversion for it. And that aversion causes you dukkha, suffering, or stress. If you can tame your mind and use equanimity, you can deal with your painful feeling.
So it's 2 elements, the physical and the mental. both of them need to be eradicated.
Yeah, but based on the body. This painful feeling is based on the body. But we have another painful feeling based on the mind. That's different. Let's deal with the mind. The mind can also create painful feeling. By having bad thoughts or bad emotion. But that's a different subject, the mind and the body. First, you want to deal with the body first. Then once you finish with the body, then you go and study the mind and deal with the mind. Okay?
Yes, Thanachan. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'll come back to Will now. Will, are you ready to speak? Where are you from?
Thank you very much for receiving our questions. What do you do about the dark forces in the mind? How can you protect yourself against these things?
Dark forces are your delusion and your defilements. And you need light, the force of light, which is the Dhamma, wisdom, and mindfulness to deal with them. So right now you don't have this light and this wisdom. So the dark force will tend to be the one in motion most of the time. So you have to learn to develop mindfulness and wisdom to counter your dark forces, the dark force. Understand?
Yeah, I understand it, yes.
Wisdom is to teach your mind the truth, and that everything is constantly changing, never the same, never stable, never reliable, and they are not under our control. Things like this. When you have dark force, you tend to have hatred, right? Anger, and so forth.
No, I mean like Mara, like dark forces like Mara.
Yeah, Mara is the one that causes you to have greed, hate, and delusion.
Yes, sir.
Mara is delusion. Personification of ego, I think that's the translation of the word Mara. And ego arises from your greed, hate, and delusion action.
Yes, sometimes Mara is described as like a being. Sometimes Mara is described as kilesa or defilement. Sometimes Mara is described as like a being or a person.
Yeah, it's just a force of ego. Let's put it that way. Like killing, stealing, this is all considered to be Mara.
Yeah, this is what I mean, evil. Protection against the evil.
That's why we need Dhamma. The Dhamma, like keeping the precept to block the evil force. If you have strong sila morality, then you can stop the evil force from getting into action.
Yes.
That's why that is essential that we keep the 5 precepts at all times, if possible.
Yes. Yeah, the 5 precepts opens the door. Breaking the 5 precepts opens the door to trouble.
Yeah, that's right. Once you have no precept, then you can kill, you can steal, you can committing adultery, you can cheat and lie. But if you keep the precept, then you cannot do all these things.
And then all the forces can come and attack you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, where are you from?
UK.
UK, okay.
Can we write to you? Can we write to you personally or not?
I have assistant who will receive the email, and then they will relate to me what whatever you want. I don't have the time to answer all the mail.
Thank you, sir.
So you can write to my assistant Ajaan Suchart at gmail.com. It's in the website on Ajaan Suchart, my website called pasuchart.com. And you can just go to the contact page for the email address. Or come in here and talk every Tuesday night.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. All right. I think now is the time for the question from Facebook.
Yes.
Go
We
ahead.
have, thank you. We have altogether this evening so far 6 questions. The first question is from Chitta. The first 4 questions is from Chitta Sati. Question number 1. Dear Ajaan, bowing to you. My schedule is always very tight. Sometimes I'm wondering and reflecting that if I'm a bit greedy for Dhamma practice without a real peaceful mind. Can Ajaan please comment? Thank you.
Well, being greedy for Dhamma teaching is not defilement. It's good. It's a good thing to do. But you just have to be rational. That's all, whether you have the time for it or not. So you have to look at your time schedule, and then if you have the time to study Dhamma, then do it. If you don't have the time, then you have to wait until you have the time.
The next question. The Theravada meditation style does not use a sitting cushion. I'm not sure how you could make your spine always straight. May I bring my own sitting cushion when I come to Khao Shi On? Thank you.
I think better not to use any cushion at all. You should practice naturally without having any physical support. And just sit on the floor, anywhere. It doesn't matter so much whether your spine will be straight all the time. You just don't have as much external thing to support you, because then you will end up relying on so many things. When in fact, when you meditate, you want to give up all support. You want to rely just on yourself alone. So I suggest you don't use any cushion when you sit and meditate.
The next question. I will visit you in 1 month, and I'm watching those Sunday Alms Round videos to try to understand what kind of tasks laymen should serve. So basically, laymen help to collect the food from the hand of Sangha and put them in the van. Is this correct?
Yes.
The next question. Sorry, I never had this Bintabata experience before. In the last part of Sunday Alms Round video, there's always a long queue where some people are waiting to collect food distributed by laymen from the van. Is that some kind of charity to distribute food to those needy people? So Sangha collects food via Alms Round first, then distributes some food to these needy people. Is that correct?
Well, that's not the goal. The goal is just to collect food for ourselves. But since then we have more than we can eat, then we share it with people who need them. That's all. But our goal is not to go on arms round to collect food and give to other people. Our goal is to collect food to feed ourselves. But if we have more than enough than we need, then we give away the rest. We don't store or keep food for the next day or anything like that.
The next question is from Tae Eng Hua. Dear Ajaan, what is the Buddhist view for those suffering from dementia?
It's a lack of mindfulness as far as I'm concerned, not developing mindfulness. So when your mindfulness weakens, then you start to losing memory, not be able to remember things.
And the last question. I noticed that my reaction to things that used to bother me have reduced greatly, which I feel is good. However, I tend to realize about this afterwards when looking back, rather than at the time when the incident was actually happening. Is this a lack of mindfulness or delusion rather than the progress of the mind? Can Ajaan please kindly advise?
I think this is wisdom, to realize that you are improving. You don't have to know at the time when you deal with the situation, but afterwards when you look back and you say that you are dealing with things better than you used to do, it means you have wisdom to be able to differentiate between your practices. That your practice is improving and not declining. Is that all?
Yes, that's all, Ka.
Okay. We have a few more minutes left, about 10 minutes. Anybody would like to ask any more questions, you're welcome. Raise your hand and turn on your microphone.
Eugene. I still have a question. For example, if we do the meditation about shamatha and the vipassana, we refuse to Buddha Dhamma Sangha. But some people, they practice vipassana and the shamatha, but they believe other religions. So the final results all will get the arahanthood or not?
Well, it's like going to a university. It doesn't matter whether you're Buddhist or Christian. As long as you follow the instruction of the university, then you can graduate with a degree, right? Same way with Buddhism is like a university, and if you follow the course of the Buddhist teaching, then you will become arahant regardless of whether you're Christian, Muslim, or whatever. Doesn't matter.
So they can also be free from samsara, right?
Yes, if they can practice sila, samadhi, and panya, morality, samadhi, and wisdom, then they can be free from samsara.
Thank you.
Okay. Alvin Lee.
Regarding
Do it again. Yeah, undo again.
Tanajan, regarding Pindapat, nowadays I've seen in a lot of monasteries, the lay people will come and offer food to the Sangha. Well, I remember reading Wangta Mahabua book that Acharya Man, even though he is ill, he was ill, he would walk all the way out, try his best to walk out of the monastery to go for Pindapat. Is it what is your is it compulsory for monks to actually leave the monastery to go for Pindapat, Tanajan?
Pindapat is considered to be a very important duty for monk to perform for the rest of his life if he can, unless if he is sick.
Right. So you have to leave the monastery, right, for Pindapat usually.
Unless you cannot, and then you have people who wants to give food to you, then they can come to the monastery to give food to you. But if you can walk to the village, then you go out to the village. You don't stay and wait for people to come unless you cannot go out anymore. Like when you're old and you cannot walk that far. Like Ajaan Man, first you will do normal route. You will go from the monastery to the village. But as soon as he became ill, he could no longer walk the whole length. So he just walked halfway to the village, and the villager come out halfway to give food at the halfway point. And then as his health deteriorated, he could no longer walk even halfway to the village. So that people come and give food at the temple and the monastery for him. But he still do bindabat with his bowl, carry his bowl, but not able to walk to the village.
So it's part of the Vinaya rules, right? I presume.
It's part of the Buddha's tradition. Even the Buddha, this is one of his major daily duty. The Buddha had 5 daily duties that he does. going on arms round. In the morning, in the afternoon, teach the lay people Dhamma. In the evening, teach the monk and bhikkhuni Dhamma, and late at night, teach the Deva, the spiritual being, the Dhamma. And then early morning, before he go on arms round, he will scan to see who could use his teaching that particular day. Then he will go to that person to teach that person personally. So these are the 5 major duties that the Buddha maintained every day of his life until he could no longer do it. And it's the Buddha's teaching that teach monks to go on arms round. When you become ordained, this is the first instruction you are given. Feed yourself by going on arms round. Do it every day for the rest of your life. This is the Buddha's instruction for every monk. But some monks tend to be cannot hear his teaching, forget his teaching. And they wait for invitation to go to people's house instead of going on arms round. Or wait people to come to the monastery or the temple to give them food.
Right. Okay. Understood, Tanajan.
But the Buddhas considered going on arms round as the noble thing for monks to do. Because you are doing things that is beneficial for yourself and other people as well. You enable people who might not be able to come to the monastery to give dana by going to their house instead of waiting for them to come to the monastery. Because every people cannot come to the monastery because they are busy. Maybe they have to work, or maybe they have to open their shop, and so they cannot close the shop and come to the monastery to give food. But if you go to them, then it's easy for them, because it only takes them a few minutes to give you the food. Then they can go on, continue on doing what they want to do. So you are helping yourself and helping other people to make merit. You help to feed yourself by going on arms round. And also you make people the opportunity to do dana, to give food. So almost every forest tradition teacher will consider going on arms round a very important duty. And it's also given in the 13 austere practices. One of the 13 austere practices is to go on arms round.
And one more question, Tanajan. Once all the food collected during arms round, and come back and to the monastery, before it's served, monks will have monks can have preference of what food they want to take for their own diet, right?
It depends on which monastery you go to. Some monasteries won't allow you to choose any food. There's one monastery that takes all the food and put in. When you get all the food back in the monastery, then you put all the food in one pot and heat it up. Combine every food, and then share this food and put it in the bowl of each monk. So monk cannot choose what they eat because this is the rule of the monastery.
See, this sweet dessert and savory, everything put in a pot.
No, just the dishes, the food without the rice, without the rice, fruits of it, or dessert. This is just the thing that you eat with the rice. You might have fried fish, fried chicken, you have curry, or whatever. You put them all in the same pot and heat it up, and treat it like a new dish, one dish. And you dish it, and then you dish it out and put it in the bowl of each monk.
I see. Okay. Thanks, Tanajan. Thank you.
But some other monastery, they can be a little more relaxed, and they allow you to choose the food. The food are not put in the same one big pot, but put in a tray, separated, and then it goes to the senior monks first, and then it goes to the next monk, and then you can pick whatever you want from the trays. So it depends on each different monastery. And Longta Mahabodh monastery, you cannot pick the food. All the food will be once it's given to Longta first. Longta will be the one who can pick the food, but then he will give it to the monk to distribute the food in the bowl of each monk.
Right. So you don't have a choice. You just eat whatever is given.
Right. Whatever you get in your bowl. Like I said, it's a buffet. Life is a buffet, not a card.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right. Look like we run out of time already for tonight. Sri, you want to say something? Okay, one last question. Sri, or check.
It's okay, Ajahn. I think maybe your time is.
It's okay. Just 1 or 2 minutes.
Okay, sorry, Ajahn. Just now the teaching you gave to Professor Kenneth about the 5 elements, like they integrate and then slowly disintegrate, and we all get sick and die. That refers to the animal and the human realms. And then what about the spiritual realm? Like, does the four element also slowly disintegrate? Like, is that how it works?
No, in the spiritual realm is the good karma or bad karma that will decrease it as you use it up, like fuel, like gasoline in your automobile. You fill it up and then you start driving your automobile, and sooner it will run out of gas. It's the good karma that sends you to good realms, and it's the bad karma that sends you to a bad realm. But this karma will also slowly disappear, diminish, or weaken.
Okay.
So when you run out of good or bad karma, you come back and born as a human being.
So it's different. It's not I guess you're talking about the four elements.
I was talking about the physical part, the body.
Physical element that is integrate and then slowly disintegrate, and then.
And when you're born, you put in a lot of food, right? And you eat food, and this food keeps on building up your body.
Yeah.
But when the body grows to maximum, then it doesn't want to take any more food. Then take less food, use less food, and the body parts start to become older, deteriorate.
Okay. Okay. I misunderstood. Okay, you're talking about the physical,
the body,
the fire. Is that you're talking about? No.
Yeah. I'm talking about the 4 elements that integrate to form the body. The force of integration during the early stage of life is greater than the force of disintegration.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I think that's about it for tonight. Thank you very much for your participation. I hope this meeting can help you and benefit you and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and keep on practicing. And if all goes well, I'll see you at the same time next week. Thank you and goodbye.
สาธุ
Thank you.
สาธุเจ้าค่ะอาจารย์
ขอบคุณมากๆ
Thank you, Ajahn.
Thank you, Ajahn.